Hello, I'm Zach with the Movie Castle. Today we're going to be talking about a Friday the 13th fan film. This is Never Hike Alone from 2017. It's directed by Vincent DiSanti. This is a fan film. So of course, you got a fraction of the budget of a regular film. However, this one looks really good for a fan film. And, out of all the franchises that people can do fan films for, Friday the 13th is a very good option. The woods, no big special effects. I mean, as long as you can get the basic costumes, basic setting, you can actually do a really good Friday the 13th fan film, and I'm really impressed. This one, it had a good Jason, and they actually had a lot more of the Crystal Lake cabins than I thought. I thought a fan film, you may see exteriors of cabins, but it's pretty much the lake. But no, this actually got to see a lot of Crystal Lake, Camp Crystal Lake, the cabins. This was a good fan film. But anyway, the plot of this, you get this guy, he's a hiker, and he's kind of like this expert hiker, and he's also a vlogger, which, because this isn't Hollywood talking about vlogs, and it's actually like people that do stuff on the internet, the vlogging doesn't feel super phony. You get that a lot with, when they try to incorporate like YouTube stuff into Hollywood things, and Hollywood doesn't know how to recreate a YouTube thing. This one they actually did. He felt like a legitimate vlogger, and it doesn't really take away, from the feel of the story. It really adds to it. It explains his character. So he goes, and he wants to cut around the section of the lake that is reserved as a nature preserve. Now, he doesn't know it's Camp Crystal Lake, and when he does eventually find out, it's more of a legend. It's like, oh, I didn't know that this is where that legend took place. And he doesn't really think it's all real, because a lot of the times in the later Friday films it's like, well, no, why would you ever go there? But they kind of painted in this one as it's all a legend almost to these characters. But anyway, Jason shows up. He has a different mask on in this film, and I don't know if it's what they had, or if it's to try to create their own version of Jason, because the mask does change a little every movie, or if they were just trying to keep farther away from, like copyright stuff. But this one, the holes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, are switched to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and it kind of makes a big triangle on his face. And also the the more obvious thing is a complete lack of any markings. It's 100% clean on the face, no red chevron stripes, no color at all, and it really does give this Jason a unique feel. And I think it's a pretty good idea is to, hey, we're doing a fan film, we're doing our own thing, let's have our own really unique mask. Don't really have to worry too much about the continuity of these big movies, because we're our own thing, we're a fan film. But anyway, this, we get into the big thing of this movie, and it's, in a way, it's greatest strength, and it's also something that's, a little weird about it. This is a 1 versus 1 for pretty much the whole time. Jason versus the vlogger, and they already established he's like, an expert hiker, so, he's not one of these dopes, he's actually someone who stands a good chance against Jason. He'll do things like, he'll, fall over and, like, hurt himself, and once he's safe, he'll think about bandaging his wounds, which is a lot better than a normal Friday the 13th character. So he's a really good choice for a 1v1. And you think about all the other Friday films, you usually just get that 1v1 segment at the very end, and sometimes not even, because sometimes Jason, even at the very end, is fighting, like 3 people, or 2 people, and this is a extended 1v1 segment that you don't normally get against a really good opponent. Now, there's also the other side of it, though. With doing a 1v1, you don't get the famous Friday the 13th kills throughout the whole movie. You don't get as many characters either, but I mean, that's obvious. But, Friday the 13th, Jason comes up and kills someone, and it's all these really, gruesome, creative ways. But this, it's like, 1v1, you're not really gonna get that, because there's only one character. If he dies, the movie's over. And that's something that's sad to see go, but it made it unique having the prolonged segment, and it really did something that most Friday films don't do. And yeah, a good final guy in this case. Run, hide, think clearly. If you're ever one of those people, what would I do in a horror movie? I wouldn't make that mistake and get killed. This is a pretty good character for you. He doesn't make too many mistakes. But anyway, that's one last thing. Friday the 13th rights issues. I know, it's natural. Everyone wants their piece of the pie, and no one's gonna just go, oh, hey, for the sake of the movies, I'll give up millions of dollars. But, as a Friday fan, a little frustrating, you see Michael Myers making his big comeback with that new Halloween movie, Halloween, the sequel to Halloween, H2020, and I'm like, that did really well. Are we gonna see more Jason? Eventually. But, we'll probably get another Nightmare before we get another Jason. And it's, as a fan, it's a little sad, but you have this fan films, and Friday the 13th is something people can make fan films of kind of easily, as opposed to something that needs more special effects. I mean, imagine trying to make a Nightmare fan film, and you have to do all these weird Freddy dream sequence stuff on a low budget, although it might make it look more surreal. But, you have this, I think, someone was talking about, like, another one coming out called Jason Rising. I think that's still in Kickstarter. But these are really good stuff. And it's something that, the fans need to tide us over until they finally figure out who gets what as far as money goes in the cinema, So, until then, I think we can live off fan films. These are way, way better than fan films should be. And this one, it's only like 50 minutes. It's a smart choice to, add in that extra 30 minutes and just slow it down. Nah, if you got a 50-minute story, a 50-minute concept, you're releasing this on YouTube, you don't feel the need to put in that extra 30 minutes just to slow it down, like Soul Tangler, So it's 50 minutes, really short, free on YouTube. If you like Friday, seriously check it out, because, free, not that long, on the site that you're watching this on right now. Yeah, seriously, go check this out. This is great. I want more. I want you guys, fans in general, just, you're doing a good job with these things. Keep up the good work. Anyway, next week's movie, you may have seen it up here the whole time. We got Pierce Brosnan in Nomads. Really, really cool movie. I say next week, I don't know how long, might just be a few days. Next time, Nomads. Have a good day.